Clayhorn? Clayhorn, what are you doing?
Just having a little fun. Mimms, what's wrong?
It's this house. This island.
Only for the weekend.
Doesn't it bother you that we can't leave whenever we want to? That we're trapped here? That we can't call out? That we don't even know why we were hired? And that we don't know any of the guests coming here to spend the weekend? And we can't have pizza delivered!
That bothers me.
Clayhorn, I think it's weird.
As long as we're getting paid, what difference does it make? Besides, a great place to hide out.
But what if something were to happen? We couldn't leave.
Nothing is going to happen. We'll work the weekend, collect our money, and Monday morning we are out of here. Isn't that what Mr. Reeve's letter said?
A letter from a man we've never even met. Why doesn't Mr. Reeve contact us in person instead of sending letters?
Because he's a very wealthy man. People with money don't have time to visit the hired help. That's what lawyers are for.
Well, I don't like it.
Personally, I think it adds to the drama.
What was that?
It sounds like a bell.
It sounds like a bell.
It must be one of the guests. I'll see them in. You better check in the rooms. Dr. Albert Prince.
Thank you. Where is everyone?
You're the first to arrive.
You mean it's just you and me?
And Mimms, my wife. She's upstairs.
Have we met before?
I hope not.
Are you sure I didn't do anything with your gallbladder or something like that?
I'm sure I would have remembered it.
They'll come to me. This isn't what I expected. The invitation said something about a party. Very mysterious, you know. And I don't know if Mr. Reeve, Mr. G. Reeve. Maybe it's his gallbladder I'm thinking of. And this guest list, I don't know anyone on it. Pretty unusual, wouldn't you say?
Very. Would you excuse me? Another guest has arrived. Perhaps you would like to freshen up. Mimms will show you to your room. You'll be staying in ICU.
ICU?
ICU too.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Miss Emily Plain.
Am I the first to arrive? I do hate being first. You understand?
No.
No, I'm not the first, or no, you don't understand.
Yes.
Yes, you understand, or no, I'm not the first.
Yes, you are not the first, and no, I do not understand.
I see. Perhaps you could show me to my room.
The San Jose room. Mimms will show you.
Mimms?
Ma'am?
Mimms?
Maybe. Inspector Horatio Miles.
Interesting.
May I take your coat and hat?
Of course. Have we met before?
Clayhorn.
Clayhorn?
No, I do not think so.
You're...
Positive.
I thought you just told me your name is Clayhorn. You're positive now?
That's right.
I see.
Then it's settled. Mimms will show you to your room. You'll be staying in the straw.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Clayhorn. Miss Dolores Biggs, the actress.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Oh, I expected...
An audience?
Don't tell me I'm the only one here.
Oh, very well.
Well, am I?
Ma'am,
The only one here.
you told me not to tell.
Quite right. I'll go to my room now.
Very good. You'll be staying in the big room. Mimms will show you the way.
And I'll see you later.
I live for it. Let's see. There's only 4 more guests to arrive.
Quick, come here.
Mimms, can't you see I'm busy?
No.
Look,
Well, what are you doing?
butlering.
Can't wait.
What is it?
It's that detective. Miles.
Clayhorn.
He was snooping about, asking questions.
Questions? What kind of questions?
Detective questions. You know, stuff like, just facts, ma'am, just facts. I think he suspects something.
Compose yourself, woman. He thought he recognized me, but I threw him off with my disguise. He doesn't have a thing on us. Just do what I tell you to, and everything will be fine.
But what if I can't? What if the stress becomes too much? What if the pressure builds? What if my nerves just can't take it? What if I just completely wig out?
Another guest has arrived. You better check on the snacks. Presley York, the singer.
That's Presley York.
I see.
Is this it?
Excuse me?
The bash, the gig, the party. I mean, you're talking to the world's #1 party animal here. Umaro Nuno. So, when I hear the word party with a bunch of creeps, I don't know. I think, hey, this might amuse me. Well, I'm here. I'm bored. I ain't amused.
The festivities will begin at 7. Our host has requested that you stay in your room until then.
Well, you tell your host that nobody tells Presley York what to do. Tell him.
I'm afraid that's impossible. The host isn't here.
The host ain't here. Miss Manners ain't gonna like this.
It's all right here in this letter.
Let me see that.
Instructions are quite clear.
Baloney, I'm leaving.
That's quite impossible still. The boatman that brought you here has already left the island.
Then I'll swim.
The waters are shark infested.
Seems like the party's gonna be fun after all. Show me to my room.
I'll show you to your room. You'll be staying in the pompous room.
I'll get it.
What else do you like?
Handsome men.
Pardon me, but I'm Mimms, the maid. Did you two arrive together?
That's right.
My boat broke down and Mr. Christen's boatman was kind enough to give me a lift. Lucky for me.
Lucky for me.
You really are a charmer, Mr. Charisma.
Call me Matthew.
All right, Matthew, you can call me
Beautiful.
Heather.
Excuse me, beautiful Heather, but your rooms are ready. You'll be staying
Together, I hope.
not a chance. We'll meet down here at 7.
Maybe.
Oh, the snacks.
Mimms! Mimms!
He's listening.
The credenza.
No, Miles, he's hiding in it.
Clay horn!
Well, he was.
That detective again.
He was spying on me. Something is going to have to be done about him. Our goose is cooked.
The only cooking geese around here is the goose cooking we'll be doing. Have you checked in the snacks?
They're fine.
We'll deal with Sherlock Holmes later.
Who?
Never mind that. It's 7 o'clock and there's still one more guest to arrive.
Margaret LaRue. Shouldn't she have been here by now? Maybe her boat sunk or something. Shouldn't we look for her?
In these shark-infested waters, there wouldn't be anything left.
Yeah. What was that?
It sounded like a heavy thud against the door. I'll go check on it.
Who is it?
Margaret LaRue.
Well, what are we going to do? Should we tell the others?
No! If we write about Miles, I think we have something to do with it. We have to hide her.
We don't have time. It's 7 and the guests are coming.
I have a plan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Clayhorn, the butler. With the exception of Miss Scarlet and Mr. Charisma, I do not believe any of you have met. Perhaps we should begin by introducing ourselves. Please, please. Our host has requested that I make you as comfortable as possible. I'm sure he will be with us soon.
Speaking of our host, I'd like to know if anyone here has even met him.
Uruguay.
Clayhorn. My wife, Mimms. How are the snacks?
Fine. Thank you.
My favorite. Macaroons.
Really? Was it necessary to take all of them?
I can't help.
Odd.
I can't help myself. I like sweets.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm terribly bored by all of this. Clayhorn, I thought you said there was to be a party.
Our host has requested that I play this tape.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me for not greeting you personally, but you will soon understand my reason. As you may already have guessed, my name is not G. Reef.
Good grief. Grief? Mr. Grief?
That's odd.
Not really. You see, I am somewhat of an eccentric millionaire and prefer to keep my identity secret. The reason I have called you all together is because I am also an amateur mystery buff. I have always been fascinated by the idea of a perfect crime.
Is there something else we could listen to?
Imagine, if you will, 10 strangers invited to a remote island for the weekend without communication or transportation, and one by one, each of the strangers dies mysteriously. Who did it? How many more will die before the mystery is solved? Will anyone be alive Monday morning when the boatman arrives?
Is this some sort of joke, Clayhorn?
Yeah, what's going on here? You seem to be the only one who knows anything.
I assure you, like your invitations, my instructions arrive by mail. I'm only doing what my letter said.
I would like to see that letter.
What is it?
A piece of paper with writing on it.
What does it say?
Nothing. Matthew, read it. Read what is written.
Play tape when Laura's bid says she's bored.
It's all your fault. If you hadn't got bored, we would never be in this mess. Don't be repulsive, you silly woman.
Oh, Matthew, should we say something meaningful?
All right, everyone, there's no need to panic.
No need to panic. A madman has the threat to kill us, and you don't want us to panic.
Matthew, Emily has a point. What do you think, Inspector?
I think she has a point.
I agree with
My name
Mr.
was on the guest
Guzman.
list.
Yeah, why was I invited?
Obviously, a lapse in good taste.
Your names were chosen randomly from the telephone book.
Turn it up, turn it up. I can't bear to listen to it any longer. I do agree with Mr. Charisma. There's no need to panic at all. It's all a joke. Do you see any madmen running around with guns or knives? Any bodies laying around? Of course you don't. So I say let's forget about all this silliness and make the best of a long, boring weekend. Let's have some entertainment.
Good job, Vince. Have a song. York, what can you sing?
Well, I am a little rusty. I don't know that one. Sing something we all know.
Oh, please, York, anything to take our minds off this dreadful place.
All right, then.
She's lying.
Confess, and maybe the DA will go easy on you. Climb up in it. The chair.
I protest.
Shoot him all.
What if we're making a terrible mistake?
Speak, woman, speak.
What did she say?
I say we hang her!
Hit her!
That should help. Tell us the truth, Mimms. Did you poison the macaroons that killed York?
No,
And how do we know that?
I just told you.
If Mimms is telling the truth, who else had the motive, the opportunity, and the audacity to ruin a perfectly good macaroon mix?
This isn't getting us anywhere. Even if she is guilty, she'll never confess.
Then let's torture her!
What about the boys on tape? Remember?
Heather's right. Mimms is too easy, too simple, too obvious. The woman is almost an idiot. This isn't the work of someone like her. This is the work of a madman.
Or mad woman.
What are you suggesting, Mr. Charisma? I suggest that we all split up and make a thorough search of the house and the island. If there is someone else here, then we'll know.
Know what?
I'm not sure it's plain, but I'm working on it.
Dr. Prince and I will search the top of the island.
Emily and I will search upstairs.
Heather and I will explore the bottom of the island.
And Mimms and I will search down here.
On three we leave. 1, 2, 3.
We have to get rid of this body.
Where?
In the basement.
Here.
We'll hide her under the woodpile.
That's a load off my mind.
Why?
Suppose we had found someone.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
And why not?
That means the killer is still at large.
I hadn't thought about it that way, but now I will.
Nothing. We searched everywhere. No possibility that someone's out there.
Not upstairs. We searched every room.
We even looked under the beds.
Nothing.
No body. in the basement.
No.
No.
Then we're dealing with a very clever individual. If he or she is not inside and they are not outside, then where are they?
I think it's obvious, Inspector. The killer is one of us. No one can be trusted.
Even me?
I'm afraid so.
That's absurd. You can count me out. I'm no killer.
Perhaps that's what you want us to think. An actress. You're always on the look for a good script, a perfect mystery, a script to kill for.
And what gives you the right to make accusations? How we not know you're not some Jack the Ripper?
Well, because his name isn't Jack.
That's odd. Not really. I'm named after my father.
No, I mean the tape. The tape said that there were 10 of us, but there's only 9. Well, there were 10 of us. What happened to the 10th guest?
Only 7 guests arrived.
7 guests and you 2. That makes 9.
There's another name on the guest list.
LaRue. Margaret LaRue.
LaRue! I'd like to see that list.
Clayhorn. Mimms?
I'm Miles. She's Mimms.
It's in the kitchen. I'll go fetch it.
Perhaps I'd better get it. You're showing suspicion. And we wouldn't want anything unusual to happen. That would be.
So, you think this Margaret LaRue is the killer then? I don't know what I think, Miss Plain.
I'll say.
It just doesn't make any sense. How could she be the killer if she never arrived?
We don't know that. We only have Clayhorn's word that she never did.
Which means that if he's lying, then he's working with the killer.
Give it a rest, lady.
No. I'll take care of this. What is it, Inspector?
Dr. Prince is dead.
But how?
A case of kippered herring fell from the top shelf of the pantry and hit him on the head.
How horrible!
He went to get the guest guest list, what was he doing in the pantry?
What does anyone do in the pantry? I'm afraid we'll never know, Miss Biggs. One moment he was hot on the trail of a killer, and the next his life was snuffed out by kippered herring. Who can explain the mysterious ways this crazy life works? Before we get too philosophical here, maybe it was an accident. For that matter, it might have been suicide.
Why would the doctor want to kill himself? He had everything to live for.
Are you kidding? In this place?
None of us are ever going to leave this island alive.
Heather, we're not dead yet. Not all of us.
I don't think it was suicide or an accident. I think someone rigged that herring to fall on the doctor's head. Someone who spends all of her time in the kitchen.
Give me a break, all right?
Just like the break you gave Dr. Prince.
You're right, I did it.
I knew it.
I snuck into the kitchen when none of you were looking, rearranged the pantry, and patiently waited for Dr. Prince to go in search of the guest list, hidden in the canned goods.
How stupid do you think I am? You could have booby-trapped the pantry while we were searching the island.
I believe her.
Why, Miss Starlet?
I can't believe an innocent young woman could be a cold-blooded killer.
That's what people said about Lizzie Borden.
Once again, Heather's right. We have established a motive here. We have no proof. Mimms can't be considered any less a suspect than the rest of us. I suggest that we retire to our rooms until breakfast. Keep your doors locked and keep your guns handy. Just in case you two think you're off the hook, you're not. I've seen you somewhere before, and I'm going to figure out where. I trust everyone slept well.
Considering the circumstances.
Coffee, anyone?
Yes, thank you.
Inspector?
After you.
I don't drink coffee.
And perhaps Claiborne would like a cup.
Thank you. I've had some already.
How interesting.
Surely, Inspector, you don't think there's something in the coffee?
I'll pass. Thank you. In that case, I think I'll pass as well.
But Matthew, I thought you trusted Mimms.
I do, but my doctor says too much caffeine makes me irritable.
That's odd.
Not really. It runs in the family.
No, I mean Emily. Has anyone seen her?
Perhaps she is still sleeping.
How can anyone sleep with all these terrible things going on?
I will check with her.
That's all right. Why don't you go, Matthew? I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, just to be safe.
I'll go with you.
Still don't trust us? Inspector?
Even less, now that I've finally realized where I've seen you two before. Your names are Claiborne and Mimms. You're Jack and Sarah Bender, escapees from the Yorkshire Institution for the Criminally Insane and considered extremely dangerous.
Great, don't tell me they're mass murderers.
No mistakes. We're not even crazy.
That's a matter of opinion.
It's true. We were sent to the institution committed by my younger brother. When he realized he would have to share the wealth, he framed Mimms and I for a crime we didn't commit and had us into the institution in order to obtain all the wealth. Escaping was the only way of proving our innocence.
And you expect us to believe that?
No, Inspector, because you are a fathead and only choose to believe what you want to.
She's gone. What do you mean, gone? Poof, vanished, disappeared, there's no trace of her.
Look, some of the chocolate soldiers have disappeared.
There's only 6 left.
What do you make of it, Matthew?
Well, let's see. There are 6 of us left and 6 chocolate soldiers. But in the beginning, there were 10 of us and 10 chocolate soldiers. I think it's obvious. Someone is stealing the chocolates.
Matthew, I'm only for the
I got it. As each of us appears, so does another child soldier.
Oh, Matthew, it's so bizarre.
That doesn't make any sense.
To me, it makes complete sense.
Naturally.
Thank you.
There weren't 10 of us to begin with. There were only 9. The theory is wrong.
Unless Margaret LaRue is dead.
Which would mean that Emily is also dead.
Or at least great danger. We have got to go find her. Quick! We haven't a minute to lose. We have got to make a thorough search of the house and the island immediately.
Again? Then I'm with him.
Sorry, sister, I'm with him.
Biggs! You come with me. We'll search the basement. Heather and I will search outside.
What about us?
Search your conscience, Mr. Bender.
This is worse than being locked up in the nut house.
Oh, it's certainly been one of the worst weekends of my life.
Jack, if I asked you something, would you be honest with me?
That depends. If it's something about your looks, probably not.
No, it's nothing like that. Promise me you'll tell me the truth. Promise me even if you know it's something I won't want to hear.
All right, I promise.
Are you the killer?
It's pouring outside. We couldn't see a thing. Even if someone is out there, we'll never find them. Or try again when the rain lets up. No need, Mr. Charisma. We found a body under the woodpile. It's Emily Plain.
She appears to have been stabbed with a harpoon.
A harpoon? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Where would anyone get a harpoon?
I can explain that. Please you do. I brought out fish, but I noticed this morning it had been removed from my room. And all excitement, I forgot to mention it. You do believe me, don't you, Heather?
I want to, but I am so confused.
Not good enough. I'd like to search your room. For what? I don't know, but if there is a clue to be found, I'll find it. In that case, I'll ask Heather to join us.
You're crazy if you think I'm staying with these two.
How did Emily get under the woodpile?
I don't know. Maybe it's a setup of some kind.
Miles.
Clay horn. Look, there's only one possibility. What if LaRue isn't dead?
But you said so yourself.
Oh, I thought she was dead. But I'm no doctor. Look, if LaRue isn't dead and only pretending to be dead, then it would explain everything. You go check the door. I'll go see if Miles is lying.
Hurry. What are you doing?
I found her under the generator.
How did she get there?
I don't know.
Darling,
Yes.
I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Jack. I love you.
Something is not right. I'm going to figure out what.
If you'll excuse me, I need to powder my nose.
Pressure getting to her.
Either that or you were sitting way too close.
Nothing escapes from Mr. Bender, Clayhorn, or whoever you are. Nothing.
You are a great law enforcement everywhere.
Thank you.
What's wrong?
It's Mimms.
Mimms? What's wrong?
Ah, Matthew. Mimms was blown up in the bathroom.
What?
This is all we found of her. Someone must have switched her nose powder for gunpowder. When she turned on the vent lights, well, she never would have hit her. It could have happened to any of us.
Mimms!
the dinner, it must be running low on wood.
Okay, come on. Let me.
Who's heard that shot? Hand me your guns. Very clever, whoever you are, cleaning your gun that fast.
Perhaps you'll now allow us to inspect your gun, Inspector.
Don't be silly. I'm a policeman.
Aren't you the racial Miles who jumped out of the force to accepting bribes? You really aren't a detective at all,
I work as a private investigator.
but still a criminal, and no less than the rest of us,
Satisfied?
but not convinced.
Oh, stop this silly macho posturing! Look!
There's only 4 left.
Very observant, Miss Biggs.
What's wrong?
The generator's almost out of wood. Any volunteers?
Not on your life.
Heather?
I'll stay here, thank you.
Miles?
I'll go with you. Keep your distance.
Anything you'd like to talk about?
Just don't come any closer.
Don't worry. I'm just as afraid of you as you are of me. Heather!
Biggs!
Don't try anything.
Stay where you are.
He's been shot!
Matthew?
What happened?
Stay where you are, Mr. Pretty Boy. You're the killer.
Is this some sort of joke?
It's no good, Matthew. Biggs and I were here the entire time.
Someone hit me on the head when the lights went out. That's all I remember.
That doesn't explain Miles.
It had to explain the bump on my head.
I'm sorry, Matthew. We really could have been good together.
It's clean, but you could have cleaned it.
We wouldn't have been time. You're beginning to sound like Miles.
Let's not take any chances. Tie him up.
This should hold him until morning.
Heather and I are going to our rooms now. Don't try anything or you'll get a face full of lead. We're right next door to each other and we'll hear everything that happens.
I'm sorry, Matthew. I really am.
Heather,
Yes?
could you dispose of these bodies before you leave?
You must still be asleep.
Rise and shine! It was you after all, Miss Goody Two-Shoes.
You're the killer.
Oh, very funny, my dear, but I'm the actress, not you. There's no point pretending.
You'll never get away with this. Some party. What's going on here? You're the killer! Killer where? Who are you?
Margaret LaRue.
The 10th guest. What were you doing behind the couch?
I don't know.
You're really not the killer?
I don't even know what's going on here. The last thing I remember is walking up past the house, tripping on the step, and hanging my head on the front door. Is it still Friday?
No, it's Sunday.
Oh my, you mean I've been unconscious for 2 days?
Don't anybody move! I've got you covered.
You're supposed to be
Dead? I've been faking it, hiding out. That way, I figured the real killer wouldn't bother me, and I could survive this deadly weekend.
Freeze! Now I've got you.
Dr. Prince, but...
Just a little game, my dear. Like York. I wanted no part of me dead. So I too faked my death. And I've been hiding out.
This is very confusing.
You're confused? Who's this?
Emily
recognize you.
You do?
Yes, you're the woman I found under the wood pile.
I was under a pile of wood?
Yes, you see, I thought the killer had hidden your body there and wouldn't go back, so I put you behind the generator and took your place under the wood pile. I borrowed Mr. Charisma's harpoon to make it look like someone else had killed me, just in case the killer did come back and found me in your place.
Aha! So you're the one that moved the body.
Clayhorn and Mimms, the butler and buttless.
And they were also dead, I suppose?
I thought so.
We thought that Inspector Miles returned to send for escaping the institution. If he thought we were dead, we hoped he might forget about us.
Very clever, Mr. Bender.
Miles, I thought Matthew had shot you.
That's what we wanted you to think.
We?
Yes, Matthew and myself. We thought that by working together, we could catch the killer if one of us appeared to be dead.
Poor Matthew. No! Matthew!
You see, Heather, I knew the killer was either you or Biggs. And by taking Miles out of the picture, I knew one of you had to tip your hand. And Biggs said, I'm afraid the killer has to be you.
No, you're wrong. I thought Biggs was the killer, and I shot her before she had a chance to shoot me.
Wrong! Heather was the only one left, so I let her think she had killed me. It was all an act.
Wait, then no one is dead, and there isn't a killer at all.
But what about the tape?
What tape?
It looks like there's still more to play.
And so, my plan is to see if 10 strangers can write a perfect mystery over the weekend. If you survive, that is, if you don't get on each other's nerves, I'll reward each of you with $10,000. Good luck.
So it was a joke.
Very funny. So there's no killer at all.
And no mystery.
Except when we write, we still got theories about guns. I say we get busy.
That's odd.
Not really. If we work together, we can do it.
No, I mean the chocolate soldiers. There's none left.